How about this, too? Is that part of your news update?
Which part?
The fact that the Rams, Sean McVay essentially went out and said the reason why I'm so happy, that, because he's sitting next to Stafford, and he's like, I'm so much happier this time of year and whatever.
He was like, not a slight on Jared.
Not a slight on Jared Goff.
Well,
how about yesterday?
What is it?
We had Isaac Bruce on the air yesterday, and I asked him about how does he think Stafford is going to do here in Los Angeles. He called it a breath of fresh air.
I went to Rams practice yesterday. They had an open practice for season ticket holders. Over 30,000 people were there at the new stadium, SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. That was my first time there.
That was amazing. What did I say about it?
It is unbelievable.
It is?
State of the art. It's hands down the best stadium maybe in the world.
Is it not like looking into VR goggles? Like if
really
you've ever put an Oculus on or anything like that, or any virtual reality goggles, it's just like
this Oculus, the Jumbotron that they've got going on is unbelievable. The sound, the field, the look. The turf looks greener.
I know
everything just looks brighter in there.
I don't know what it is.
And then Matt Stafford takes the field, and the place goes
nuts.
Yeah,
man. No, I know.
There is an excitement level about the Rams that has not been here.
Boy, the Goff hate, is palpable. Like that he's the reason why the Rams have not taken that next step. And he did get him to a Super Bowl. And
he was a throw away from winning that game.
You heard Isaac Bruce say that Stafford's now going to take the top of the defense off.
Because he's got a rocket launcher.
I guess.
Arm.
I'm of the mindset that you cannot say that Stafford will be unsuccessful here because he didn't do anything in Detroit. That is such a nationally held belief with NFL fans. We hear it on the show. We see it in our Twitter. I hear it too. Whenever, or even here in town in Los Angeles, how do you think Stafford's going to do with the Rams? And I'm like, I think he's going to be spectacular. He goes, yeah, but what did he do in Detroit? And I'm like, oh my God.
He's only on pace to be the all-time passing yard leader in NFL history. Let's just be honest.
Here he comes here, but he doesn't have to throw for 400 yards because that kid Cam Akers is going to, I'm telling you, I'm going to stop talking about Cam Akers because I don't want people to take him in front of me in fantasy. So who's Cam Akers? I don't know who that guy is.
Here are your MVP odds heading into the season. Just let me see if you think Matthew Stafford is appropriately placed. Patrick Mahomes is your favorite, followed by Aaron Rodgers. And Josh,
he's still two?
And Josh Allen, yes. Tom Brady is third.
Right.
Matthew Stafford and Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, all tied for fourth. Is that appropriate?
Appropriate. Of course, the Rams' defense is one of the best in the league. You saw that last year, and they're so young. They're young. Not just because you haven't heard of somebody outside of Donald and Jalen Ramsey. They've got a premier game changer on the line. And the reason why I call him that is because he doesn't just rush the passer. He rushes it from the middle. You don't get the edge pressure. The most disruptive pressure in the NFL is up the middle, in your face. And he eviscerates the run on the way to your quarterback and changes the way that you have to defend your line on the edges because he's there in the middle. That's why Aaron Donald is a gold jacket talent as we sit here. And then Jalen Ramsey takes half of the field and removes it behind Donald. The other 9 guys are good and young. Now, they lost their defensive coordinator in Brandon Staley. He's now the HC of the LAC. We'll see what happens there, And put Stafford in there now on offense. He has a chance to be the most valuable player in the league if the Rams win 12, 13 games. The Rams go 12-5 or 13-4. I'm practicing. I'm practicing.
It's gonna be a tough.
And so yeah. I think that's pretty cool that people are noticing that. I like it. And it's tough, I think, for Lions fans to swallow. And you could hear Jared Goff has a chip. When he was on the show the other day, we didn't mention it as well because, he was uninterested in talking about the way that he left the Rams. Other than the fact that he said that he had no idea it was coming. No inclination is what he said.
Yep.
He also said that it ended sour. Okay. And, but he didn't want to be a soundbite. He knew that this was the only thing taken from the interview and all that. When I asked him about Dan Campbell, if Campbell was biting any kneecaps off, did you hear how he said, I wrote it down. This is why I'm a professional. And sometimes, hosts have a pen in their hands and you see them like it's just like a prop, like you just have it in the hand, whatever. He said, everything is genuine and authentic. Now, you could sit here and say that is a reference to
the shot.
The fact that the setup was, is he biting any kneecaps off in practice?
Right.
And he's like, well, that's the way he is behind the podium. But I just got to tell you, on the field, everything he is genuine and authentic. And the coach here in Los Angeles had to apologize or just say, hey, I'm not. They're all trying to be nice with each other, but Goff is unhappy with the way things ended here. Of course, you drafted first overall. They give you a huge contract, and now they're just trying to get out from under you. And we have no idea what caused Steve Wyche of the NFL Media Group to tweet out that they needed marriage counseling, Goff and McVay, towards the end of the season. So the hard feelings, you can't, begrudge that of Jared Goff. But if he says he's got any hard feelings and he wants to keep talking about the way that it ended here, then he can't be the leader of men and the way to move forward in Detroit, which he has to do for many reasons. And B. But you're also hearing here in Los Angeles, boy, they're glad Goff is gone. This is a breath of fresh air, according to Isaac Bruce. Whew. Let me get the quote right here just to be accurate. We didn't even hit the thing that were for your news update. That's the way we roll sometimes here on the show.
And we get
because
going.
Russell Wilson talked for the first time since publicly since everything happened in the spring.
Russell Wilson said some stuff.
Okay, we'll get to that in a second. But I do want to call this up here so I can get this accurately. That McVay opened his presser saying his earlier comments about being in a better mood this offseason were not directed towards Goff. He joined Super Bowl organizers in honoring LA nonprofits, McVay, on having Stafford, quote, I think I've been very happy. Everyone says, man, you just seem like you're in a better mood this offseason. I say, you're damn right I am, says Sean McVay. Hey, can you blame him if Goff was suddenly not taking the top of the defense off anymore and he was becoming frustrated and he's maybe one of those coaches that gets frustrated with the quarterback and now you've got Stafford in here, and he's the perfect extension for what you want to do? Yeah, you're more happy. Let's just maybe everybody come out, Goff say, God, I hated the way that it ended, and I hate the Rams, and I hate McVay. And McVay should just come out and just say, what happened to you? Of course we're going to go get Stafford. And just get it all out and just be
just be honest.
Well, no, but you got good people who are want to be.
No one wants to look bad in the public eye.
Trying to be first class.
Yeah, McVay followed up by kind of explaining, I am in a good mood because of the confidence I have in this team.
Of course,
by no
Stafford's
means a
here.
slight to anybody, especially like Jared, who has done a phenomenal job for 4 years.
Everybody's just like, let's go to our corners and turn the page.
Yeah.
Oh, baby. October 24th is when the Rams host the Lions. That's not usually a game that you circle, but it's going to be fun to see. Going to be fun to see.
Especially if Goff is like really playing well.
That'd be you just win higher register, which you don't do for Stafford. Case in point. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.